All right, Rippers. It's good to see you again. You know what today is? That's right. Today is hump day. Hump day! So if you're out there doing the things, working, having fun, getting stuff done around the house, make sure you're humping away. That's what I'm telling you, man. It is hump day. And I know it's been pretty rough uphill climb so far this week, but we're now starting to get at the top of the hill and headed towards the backward slide. And I hope that that is nice and easy and enjoyable slide into a wonderful weekend where we can all be out there getting organized, having fun with our families, and getting the things done we need to get done. That being said, I'll keep this as short as I can to share something cool with you. Let me fix my camera right there a little bit. There we go. Now, you guys all know I'm always out there looking for cool things and stuff that I might think might improve what you have as far as your everyday carry or your gear that you have and whatnot like that. And one of the things I like to do is look for things that have multiple uses, right? Something where you can carry one thing that does many things, right? And that's always a handy thing to do. And as you guys know, my normal everyday carry is the Pyro Putty arc lighter, right? It's got arc lighter on one side, right? And then it's got the Pyro Putty in a waterproof container on the other. Got the winter and summer blend, which doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. And then I just want kick-ass blend, right? Whoop-ass blend. That being said, I got my tinder cord here in case I need a little bit more help for my tinder and fluff it up, right? So that the Pyro Putty ignites the tinder real well. And I keep that in my pocket, as you guys know. And another thing is, of course, you got the Pyro Putty in there, which you guys can get in these little tins at Sportsman's Warehouse. I'm not affiliated in any way, but just something I truly believe in because so little goes a long, long way. So, you know, plus you could use this tin when it was emptied, you know, to keep other things in good. So I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, yeah, but technology, you know, and I'm skeptical too. I'm not great with technology and I don't always trust it, but I've come to trust this one because it's never let me down so far. And I always have something to back it up because as you guys know, 1 is none, 2 is 1, and 3, now we're having a party to get some stuff done, right? So that being said, you need to be carrying things that can help back you up. 1, a ferro rod, just a simple ferro rod, right? You guys should have it in your gear. Now, you guys know this is a big one made by Gerber. It's nice and strong. It's more something I'd have in a pack, but in my pocket, as you've seen in my EDC video, I carry a small one that was made for me by somebody that has a little piece of bone as a handle. It has a little bit of magnesium and the ferro rod on there and a little striker. It's very small, and that's all I really need, right? That way it doesn't take up much room in my pocket. So that's something too. Go back and watch that video if you want to check that one out. But have some sort of ferro rod. Now, keep in mind that a lot of your things like waterproof mattress containers, bracelets sometimes come with them. All these other gear out there have little ferro rods in there. So keep that in mind as well. Or you could just carry yourself a little piece of ferro rod and glue it into a wood handle that you make yourself, which would be really cool, and make your own. So maybe we'll do that on a video. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so got that. Also as a backup, in your get-home bag you should be carrying, or in your car or whatnot, is a charging brick. And this is a solar one. I always recommend if you're going to spend the money, and it's not much. This one was $17 on sale. You can get them as much as $9 on sale. This is a Sportsman's brand one that they were having during Christmas time for $17 or whatnot. Anyway, it has a flashlight on it, has strobe, different features like that. Also uses solar to charge it up, and you can charge up your phone or your flashlights or anything rechargeable that has a little micro USB port, right? And you can even plug it into the charging block to your iPhone. So that being said, something like that is handy to have around the house or in your pack or in your rig, right? Or all three, if you're thinking smart, right? Rule of threes. Anyway, I know that's not what that is, but that leads me to what I found. And what I found was they were clearancing out. While I was looking for those UCO lanterns, they were clearancing out this UCO product. UCO is UCO, which is an arc lighter and flashlight, a rechargeable arc lighter and flashlight combo. Now that kind of struck my interest, right? And it was on sale for, I think it was what, like about $8-9 if I remember right, and usually they're anywhere from $15 to $20-something for these things. Most arc lighters you find out there, even for cheap ones, are $25. And the nice thing about this one, it has a flashlight on it. So the flashlight has the high setting, which is 100 lumens, right? And it has the low, high setting, 100 lumens, lasts 1.5 hours, and has a 246 foot throw. So that's not too bad. It's not the longest last time, but then again, it's rechargeable, right? So then you've got your low setting, which is 60 lumens, which is plenty of light to function by for 2.5 hours, and it has a throw of 115 feet. And then you've got your strobe fitting, which has 60 lumens and will last 5 hours, right? So that's all pretty handy stuff. And you know what? The thing about it is, and it says here the arc lighter will get as hot as 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and the charge will last 300 seconds. So that's not too bad. And that's constant, just letting it sit there and burn, right? That's not just zit, right? So I was looking at this, the construction, it's all aluminum. I thought it was going to be plastic, and I thought, it might not be what I think it is. But for the price and the fact they're closing it out, I did it. And you can see it's all aluminum. It has a knurled bezel on it, right? In case you got to wax something or someone. Anyway, also too, it's got a little keychain loop here, right? And you can see where I put my tinder cord on there. Now I know I got a lot of tinder cord on there. I wanted it to show up real good for the video purposes, but I also wanted to make sure there was enough on there in case I busted a shoelace, something like that, or a couple shoelaces. I could replace it with the tinder cord as well to get me by until I got home. Now, I also, while I was looking for my tinder cord, found this little jobby, and I forgot I had this, and it's kind of neat. I took a closer look at it. You've got, of course, it's a Coleman thermometer, and it says it's 68 degrees in here, which it is right now. And it has a little button compass on it, which, I know you should have a main compass, but you should also have a backup, and there's nothing wrong with a button compass. Used correctly, they will work. But really what's cool about this is on the back, it has a chart called the chill factor equivalent temperature on exposed flesh, right? And I think that's something kind of similar to wind chill, right? So you know how it's really going to affect you and your body in a survival situation, which knowing your environment is really important. It can gauge how fast you should get a shelter up, how fast you should make a fire, right? Just how sheltered you should be, what you should be wearing, right? Those kind of things. And what it does is it takes on the side here, it takes the wind speed, and then it takes here the air temperature, right? So let's say in most areas, let's say we had a 10-mile-an-hour wind going and it was 20 degrees outside. Well, that's the equivalent to 2 degrees on your skin. So I think that that's really valuable information. I mean, I really value information. So now let's take a closer look at this arc lighter. So it's got a nice clip on it, just like the Pyro Putty one, and it got a button here that flips it open. You'll see I got a little piece of aluminum. I'll explain that in a minute. But what you got here is you've got a little button right there. And when that button, when you shut the lid, it pushes that button down. So now when you push the button, it knows to turn on the lighter. But when it's open, the button's in the up position. It knows that you don't want the lighter, you don't want the flashlight. You want the lighter, right? I think that's pretty cool. That's a good little safety feature. And now what I did is this lid has enough room in it where I took 2 little balls of Pyro Putty and wrapped them up in tin foil. And then I just stuck those babies right down in here into the lid and shut it, and it doesn't interfere with the button. And now I've got Pyro Putty and tinder cord, right? So this makes a fire kit all in one. So that being said, let's test her out, right? Yeah, right on. Who doesn't like to make fire? Pyro! Anyway, so what you guys can see here is I got myself a little bit of, it's kind of wet tinder, so I wouldn't expect much, but got some tinder out of my flower pots from the outside, threw that in there real together, and then I went and picked out today's belly button lint, right? I know it looks like a lot, but, I've got my belly button, kind of conditioned to carry a lot of things, like, conceal weapons, a nice knife, a can of something to eat, those kind of things. But I just went in there and got out the belly button lint from my belly button. And as you can see in the middle, I got here some of this pyro putty, and it's just a tiny little piece. As you can see, I haven't, and I've used this many times, and I hardly have used any of it, right? So I fluffed all that up, got her going, and ready to light. So let's do it, right? We all want to do this. So I got my arc lighter, zit, zit, right? And I'm just going to, those little hairs on the top right there, I'm just going to get them, boom, look like, just like that. So I mean, I love that pyro putty. So you guys know, be safe, be secure, always be aware of your surroundings. If you have it, wear it. If you're wearing it, get out there and practice. Be ready and prepared for anything that may come your way, and be getting out there looking for things that makes your survival even easier. Till next time, adios. I better get this outside.